Imagine there's no pizza. I couldn't if I tried.
My name's Andrew Godnich. I'm a junior at Columbia College. I'm an opinion columnist for Spec.
My name is Alex Collazo. I'm also a junior at Columbia College, and I am also a columnist at Spec.
Yeah, I guess I'd say that I think that recently, particularly with the whole Ahmadinejad situation, it's been kind of, it's going to look like they just need this attention-grabbing scheme. Herman Cain, obviously, I think most people in the public, and I think a lot of Republicans to a degree, that he's more of an intellectual lightweight. So, how much he's going to add to campus discussion, I don't know. I applaud them on grabbing such a big-name person, but I don't know if it's under the auspices of so much engaging intellectually with the debate on campus.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed pretty much here on him being intellectual lightweight. I just feel like, I do sort of get the sense, though, that, like, you know, as far as him being a big name, you know, maybe like a few months ago, maybe, but like, I do feel like his fame is fading fast, and I sort of, I think it's I feel a little bit bad for them, you know, that it took so long to get him here. I just wish they found someone a little bit more controversial, you know. I feel like he was never particularly controversial because he was never taken particularly seriously by the Republican establishment or Democrats, and you know, that might be a bad thing or a good thing, you know, but like I sort of come to believe that the COCR is sort of like there to stir up the pot by bringing you know, bring people that I might not appreciate, but you know, who otherwise would not be invited, and I feel so disappointed that they haven't done that. But you know, maybe next time.
Do you feel that people are going to take him seriously? I mean, just from my perspective, I don't know that students are going to see him as like this, you know, public intellectual. I think people are going to see him almost like a circus sideshow. Like, I don't know, that's okay to say. You have like, you know, a black Republican speaking. He has this like, you know, crazy pizza deal sounding plan. I don't know that. You know, I think Columbia students generally pride themselves on like a certain level of academic snobbery. Then I don't know that people are going to see him strictly for his ideas. I think it's more of saying, oh, by the way, Facebook status, I saw Herman Cain.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure that that's unique to Herman Cain. I mean, I feel like just going to an event to be able to say you went to an event is pretty much why a lot of people go to these events in the first place. I mean, a lot of times the positions themselves aren't really secondary, because you already sort of know the positions to most of the luminaries who come to the campus. You just want to see them talk, you want to sort of feel the charisma of the room, you want to see how they handle a crowd. I mean, like, there's something to be said for that, I feel like. You just don't like the performance aspect of politics, and I do feel like Herman Cain does have something to bring there, because he's a very charismatic guy, and he does, you know, he's been doing the speaking for a very long time before. He has been doing speaking. You know, I'm sure he will be doing speaking for a very long time afterwards. So I'm sure anyone who goes to the speech will enjoy it. I'm sure it'll be a fun speech because he's good at making the speeches.
Do you think the reception? How do you feel like the reception afterward is going to be? I don't know. Do you think I just almost had this scene of him speaking, and then he's going to end up some bombastic, you know, sentence, I'm sure, and then like kind of people are just like, okay, like gonna get up and leave. Do you think there's gonna? I'm not seeing like a Minuteman-esque rush of Herman Cain.
No. I mean, I feel like Herman Cain, especially. You know, after the election, he did the thing with Colbert. You know, he's sort of he's become a little bit more of a moderate. He's sort of playing up his more entertainer performance, inspirational speaker, which is what it was before, right? And I feel like he's slipping back into that mode, and he's probably realized that you know the best path towards selling books and like and being a good inspirational speaker is probably not to alienate half the population with you know right of center viewpoints. But you know, I don't know. Do you think he won't stir any sort of conversation or anything?
I mean, I think there's not any. I mean, running up to the possibility of Ahmadinejad coming, you know, like Ann Coulter coming, there was like, you know, editorials in the Spec. There was, you know, talk on campus. I mean, like Lucha would, you know, have gotten fired up. And I feel like, you know, hey, Lucha's dormant. Like, you know, there was like, oh, by the way, you know, Monday you're going to see Herman Cain, or Tuesday, I guess he's coming. And yeah, I don't think there's any kind of like build up of anticipation.
Well, frankly, like during the election, he wasn't particularly like offensive candidate. He didn't really make any huge mistakes that like that would you know, stick with him even now.
I mean, there was the, you know, possible sexual assault.
Oh, there was that. There was that.
That did happen.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Actually, I'm surprised there wasn't more protests about that. I
would have thought there was some sort of statement from someone.
But then, but it has been a few months, and the memory does sort of slip out fast.
Do you think if like Mitt Romney, for example, had come to campus, what do you think that would have been a different response?
I mean, I feel like Mitt Romney would have mobilized the Dems in opposition. And I just feel like a lot of like these big events when we've had these big fights taking place on campus, or literal or figurative, it always sort of resolves around less about the person themselves and more about what the country or the group they represent. Rather than that person, he came, but he had this group he representing, Ahmadinejad, obviously representing the country Iran, and then Herman Cain doesn't really represent anything, besides I guess the forces of Godfather's Pizza. So I mean, it's sort of he doesn't have that connection to really mobilize an oppositional force.
I mean, as you were speaking, I was thinking of some more controversial things he said, and he did go out and say if I was elected, we would build a fence and we would electrify it.
That's true.
And I mean, again, maybe that's happened. I haven't heard of it, but I mean, there's no. Lucha, I'm kind of picking on Lucha. Because, that's their shtick. That's how you talk about those immigration issues specifically.
I honestly feel like at this point, the Republican Party is just, or the race has been going on for so long, and many of them have been saying similarly offensive things, or at least to that side. So I mean, at this point, it's hard to get fired up about a candidate who's not running anymore, because it is. I mean, as Jon Stewart's been calling it, it's endless suffrage.
2012. Eating only tacos or Kentucky Fried. Imagine only burgers is frightening and sad. You're lucky you have pizza.